Welcome, friend. Habakkuk 2, verses 1 and 2 says, I will stand upon my watch and set upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. The Lord answered me and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Pace is not about speed, it's about rhythm. Some seasons require slowing down, others require pressing forward with urgency. Hebrews 12 and 1 encourages us to run our race with patience, meaning move with steady, spirit-led consistency, not slowness. Psalms 46:10 invites us into stillness, and Habakkuk 2 verses 1 and 2 shows us why. Sometimes God pauses us so he can prepare us to run. Hi, I'm Dr. Cedric L. Stubblefield Sr. Welcome to week 2 of our micro lesson series, Reset. Last week, we focused on resetting our priorities, prioritizing God above all else. Today, we focus on resetting our pace, learning to move at the rhythm of God, whether that means slowing down or accelerating forward. Psalm 46 was written during national turmoil, wars, instability, and fear. Yet in the midst of all that noise, God says in verse 10, Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Stillness is not inactivity. It's intentional awareness. It's the posture that allows us to discern whether God is calling us to pause or press forward. Habakkuk 2 verses 1 and 2 gives us the pattern. First, pause, he said, I will stand upon my watch. Here, he will watch to see what he will say. Run. God responded in verse 2, write the vision so he may run who reads it. God slows us down so he can speak. And when he speaks, he gives clarity that accelerates our progress. Resetting your pace means asking, am I moving ahead of God? Am I dragging behind God? Am I confusing busyness with purpose? Am I resisting acceleration because my comfort feels safer than my calling? God's pace is not always slow, but is always aligned with his voice. Here are a few ways to begin resetting your pace this week. First, create space to listen. As with Habakkuk, stillness helps you discern whether God is calling you to slow down or speed up. Sometimes God calls us to slow down to hear his voice in order to accelerate our progress towards his destiny for us. Second, embrace spirit-led acceleration. Some seasons require urgency, obedience that moves quickly, decisively, and boldly. When God says run, hesitation becomes disobedience. Thirdly, practice patient consistency. Running with patience means moving steadily, not frantically. It's the discipline that stays in step with God, not sprinting ahead or stalling behind. Lastly, release the pressure to match others. Hebrews 12 and 1 reminds us to run with patience the race that is set before us. We're not told to run anyone else's race. Each of us is encouraged to run our own race. Your pace is tied to your assignment, not someone else's expectations. When we stop comparing our rhythms to others, we can follow the pace God sets for us. Resetting our pace is about alignment, not velocity. When we move at God's rhythm, whether he calls us to pause or press, we will see him exalted in the world and in our own lives. When his pace becomes our practice, we experience the protection of his presence. Thank you for joining this second micro lesson of our theme, Reset. I look forward to walking with you next week as we continue this journey and reset our perspective, for you are destined to live again.